Hi friends, we at Canada Talkies are coming up regularly with blogs of experiences of candidates selected in the Express Entry process, and today we share with you experience of Harsimran Cheema, who has had an extraordinary 7-year-long journey of getting into the Express Entry pool and undoubtedly is one of the most patient, determined candidate we would meet for a long time. Harsimran has been nominated in the Ontario Province PNP program, popularly known as OINP, because of his stupendous IT background skill set and is currently on the final stage of the Express Entry process. He has received his ITA in the month of February in the PNP draw conducted and got his AOR acknowledgement of receipt of all the documents on 4th of April. And right now he is awaiting his biometrics as VFS centers are currently closed in India and is on the final stage of the application process. So let's get to know more about his long drawn journey and what are the interesting things we can learn from Harsimran and what are the things he can motivate us for. So Harsimran first attempted IELTS and just to take a step back here, Harsimran has been familiar with the Express Entry process since it was initiated in 2015. So this is one of the most amazing things I learned about Harsimran, that he knew about the Express Entry process since it started in 2015, and he attempted his first IELTS exam in 2014. And then in 2016 and then in 2018. So his score in final attempt was what was sufficient for getting him the required Express Entry score. Here one key takeaway from his experiences in the first two, he was very well versed in English. He was very well acclimatized with English ever since his childhood, and he did not have much problem with English. But the mistake he did was in the writing section. He was scoring well in listening, reading and speaking, but in writing section he was not able to put much of an effort, and there is where his key advice for anyone is don't be overconfident in your writing exam, because that requires some amount of effort and some amount of practice at anyone's end. So that is where I think Harsimran is pretty spot on, and he is provided the very rightful advice that even for experienced English speakers and people who have been in English medium education since their childhood, even they require some kind of English writing skills. And this is where one of his counselor, who is one of a friend who was amongst a friend of his friend, and they provided him the right kind of practice that was required, and even just a week or 2 week preparation for the writing exam was sufficient to get him through the finish line and give him the required score he needed to make it to the finish line. He is currently 32, he is single, he has done his BTech and Executive MBA and has around 10-year work experience in IT background. And touching more upon his education, his BTech degree was evaluated by WES, and they provided him the certification, they provided him the evaluation summary that was required, but his Executive MBA is something that was not covered under WES. So when he applied initially in 2015 with his low IELTS score and with his only BTech degree evaluated by WES, his score was somewhere around 390, which was not sufficient at the time to make past the cutoff. That is another thing which we will learn further down his journey, when how he came to learn about other evaluation agencies other than WES, who maybe take longer but have a much broader spectrum of evaluation of either universities or degrees or Executive MBAs or diplomas, and that is where his Executive MBA degree was evaluated, and that provided him another 30-40 points that was required to reach 468. and latest CRS score last year was 468. That is how he got selected into the Ontario program, because at the time OANP draw was conducted, it was ranging from 462 to 469, and the express entry cutoff was still 472, but because his score was lower than express entry score, but it was sufficient for OINP purposes, that is how he got into the OINP program, and from there he was nominated by Ontario province, and he got extra 600 points, and finally he was able to he got the ITA under express entry draw. And a fun fact about Harsimran, he knows French for 10 years, but he did not use his French skills for getting into Canada. He decided to not give TEF or TCF Canada exam, just because he felt the level of difficulty in French Canada exam was way beyond his practice abilities, or he could not manage time properly because of his tough schedules, managing his current job, moving locations and everything, and he decided not to use his French skills, even though those were elementary French skills, and he had been learning French for a long time. So, but we are sure Harsimran will have a much better head start in Canada, and with his French skills he will be able to make a mark much better there, and this will certainly come handy after he moves to Canada. As I was mentioning to you earlier, that he did his executive MBA from an Indian university. Either it was correspondence or full-time. I think I am not really sure about that. Maybe we can ask him later if at all query arises from any of the viewers. But he tried to get his degree evaluated from WES, but WES would only evaluate his undergraduate degree, and that is where he lost around 30 points, because he was considered only a simple graduate and not a postgraduate as per the WES evaluation criteria. So when he first applied in express entry in 2016, he was only able to get 390 score because of his low IELTS score and only one degree under his belt. But when he came across this new piece of information, that there is another evaluation body, ICAS, and another evaluation body, ICAS, as he puts it. So he applied for evaluation under those certification agencies. It was around a month or 2 month long process, but he got his executive MBA degree was under the purview, under the scope of evaluation of those particular agencies, and that was pretty spot on. He was now, and those are accepted by express entry, those were accepted by Ontario province, that was under the express entry, WES, ICAS, ICAS, all of them are the same. So there is no difference if you're getting your degree evaluated from WES or ICAS. They are pretty immune to it. They just need your degrees evaluated from a rating agency that is they have provided on from amongst those that they have provided on the website. So he decided to go with ICAS, and he was now a postgraduate after his evaluation from ICAS, and that gave him another 40 points jump. So now from 390 he was right to 430, 440 range, because he was now a postgraduate under the new classification. And the next part is how he got his covered IELTS exam by writing exam practice, and that is what I already touched upon in the last slide. That piece of advice, even for experienced English users, he has is don't take writing exam lightly, because that overconfidence can sometimes do more harm than good. Because even if you are good at writing is a particular exam that requires some kind of format and some kind of practice, and just a month or short-term practice for that exam, for the writing exam, can really help you save too much of time. So a considerable amount of his journey was just spent upon being little complacent or being little overconfident in his journey, and he's so humble about it right now that you will be amazed if you hear it from him directly. And he is very honest about it and upfront about it, that I wasted so much time in just being overconfident about my English speaking skills, or not taking some professional help from somebody, and that is where he missed out on his WES evaluation part, and he missed out on his writing skills part. So those two pieces of advices are pretty valuable for all the candidates currently undergoing this particular phase. Um, and yeah, this is something considering the IELTS exam, there were many people who guided him that there are, you will be able to score more if you are giving a paper-based score, or certain centers in Punjab or some in rural areas of Punjab, some district they score better. But considering that he gave the exam 3 times and he's heard it from so many friends of his, he says that is pretty non-existent, and that is just a rumor. Don't fall for it. Just prepare for your exam well, and what is the type of center you are giving, or the paper or computer format, that really does not matter. It does not really matter if you're choosing British Council or if you're choosing IDP IELTS exam. All of them are the same. Just practice your English well. Focus on a writing exam if you are good enough already in other sections, and that should be enough. Now, another piece of advice after you get the ITA is one key piece of document that is required after you get the ITA is your police clearance certificate, and that takes quite a bit of time, specifically if you are having some kind of passport address name change issue or anything. And his advice for people in the process is, even if you don't get ITA, even if you haven't gotten ITA yet, but your scores are such that you're pretty confident you will get an ITA sooner or later, it does not hurt if you initiate the PCC process in advance. That will help you save a lot of time in your application process. That is something we see amongst our peer group as well, me myself included, and Harsimran and many of our friends, colleagues and acquaintances. What we see is that considering the current times, they are so tough. You never know, there is a policy change, the passport centers are closed or the VFS centers are closed. It doesn't harm to get the document in your pocket as soon as you can, even if you feel that you are trying to be ahead in the game and you don't really have an ITA at your hand, and you are still applying for PCC, because you don't really need an ITA for applying for a PCC. They are completely two different processes. So hats off to Harsimran for sharing his journey and for his key pieces of information which helped him, and we wish him good luck. We wish him that his COPR arrives soon and he is able to take his flight to Canada along with his parents as he wants, and start his life in Canada as soon as possible. Thanks again, Harsimran, for sharing your journey with us. And I invite viewers to share any of the questions you have for Harsimran regarding his evaluation agency, or how he gave his IELTS exam, or how he got selected into the OINP program. And I'm sure he's such an helpful person himself that he will be more than happy to address any of your queries. Our best of luck to all of you, all of the viewers who might take some information and inspiration from our short blog, and good luck.